Hello, happy Friday. Hope everyone is doing well. Let me double check and make sure that everything is popping up good. You're just hopping on. Happy Friday. Let's double check, make sure we're all good here. Yep. All right, let's dive in. Well, hello, happy Friday. If you're in the Norfolk area, it's quite beautiful, so I hope you're enjoying the weather. I am Kara Alexander. I am the content creator and graphic designer here for Create Captivate. And so today we are going over 5 things to know when looking to work with a graphic designer. Being a graphic designer myself, I have my bachelor's degree in finance with graphic design. So I've got a little insight into what you should be looking for and what is kind of what you should do and all of those fun things. So let's dive in. So number one, you want to find out what is the legal ramifications. So with that being said, do you have the rights to the work? Do they hold all of the rights? Do they have artist rights or do they have partial rights? So artist rights can be more of just like the legal reasons of we created, we designed this, but they are your files. Or here at Create Captivate, ours is a little bit different, so you own your files, but we do have the right to use it in our portfolio to state that we are the creators of it. So finding that out is really important. It's not always necessary for everyone, but I do believe that you should have partial rights or at least hold all the rights and give artists the proper, the proper format that they are due. So I don't suggest for an artist or a graphic designer for them to give up their rights completely, or at least in that contract have something stating that they are able to share it within their portfolio and share it within their own work, that they are the one that created it. The second thing is design files. What are you walking away with? This is a really, really big one. So I've seen this a few times with different clients, and every design firm is different, especially ones that are larger compared to boutique, compared to freelancer. So at the end of the project, do you walk away with all of your design files, your AI, InDesign, Photoshop, whatever it is that they're doing for you? Do you have those original files so that if you need to take them to somewhere else, a print shop, or have a designer on staff for you, can they make edits, updates, change the colors, change the text? Are they able to make all those edits? Are they able to print? They're so important. I highly recommend to ask up front because every designer and company has their own stipulations with this. Some companies will not give you full original design files. Some will only give you JPEG, PNG, PDF. Here at Create Captivate, we highly recommend that you get your original design files. We believe that if it is yours, you should have the opportunity to have those, and you should have them because you need them. They are so important. I can't tell you the amount of times we've had clients come in and they don't have those, and we either have to search for them, find them, or sometimes even kind of in a way recreate. I've had people come in before going, can we change the colors of my logo? And I'm like, do you have the original design files? So a lot of times we cannot even change the original colors of your logo in a good quality. So what does that mean? So if you ask me, if you handed me a JPEG or a PNG, those are two different kinds of files. If you've been following our page, you'll see on our social media we do a little description of what the differences are. And so, sorry, pregnant mama here, out of breath, always. But it would be, if I took it into my own design thing and I changed the color, it's not always possible because of the pixels, so it's going to look really gross, or you're not going to have the quality you need or want. So those design files are very, very important. Ask up front, will I be getting my design files? And ask what kind, because sometimes, unfortunately, they might trick you a little bit and be like, of course, but it's not the true actual design files. It's, you know, just the general format. So make sure you're getting the originals to your work so that any updates, edits, anything further down the line, you're set. You've got it. All right, number 3, what is their process? Does it fit my work style, my life, my business? So asking about their work process and making sure that that fits with you, how you like to have your projects organized, how you like to proceed. Do they work with you one-on-one? Do you like that? Or do you just not have the time and they're good just to get it done for you? So asking those questions are so important up front. Are they simply going to present you with 2 options, or are you going to be a part of the process? Are they going to take your own ideas and visual elements that you believe in and that you think your project should go to, or are they going to go, nope, I'm just going to give you what I think? So that, you know, that caveat works for different people. If you are pressed for time or you don't have the creative ability and you don't want to go down that route, that can always be good for you. But if you would like your own thoughts and your own visuals to be brought to life, asking those questions are very, very important because it'll depict what your ending result will be and how well you liked that process of working with that designer. Asking, you know, what the average time frame of their process is, and then asking them also how can you contact them. So what are their forms of communication? Do they match well for you? Are you going to be all right with that? Are you good with their time frame of their process? Is their process a lot shorter and you don't have more rounds of edits? Or is their process longer or too long for you? So asking those questions, again, very, very important. So number 4, questions in education. So what do I mean by that? That means, are they happy to answer questions that you have in between things? Are they happy to walk you through the process while they're going through it and kind of educating you on the design process so that you're aware for the future, or just so that you can have some knowledge on how your designs and your graphics came to life? You know, walking you through that process, giving you the education. Again, that's not always important to everyone, but to some people it is. So if that's important to you, making sure that that designer is okay with that or even promotes that. So for us at Create Captivate, we promote education and educating you not only on information about like what are your design files, but how did we come to this? How do you utilize them? What can you do moving forward? And so obviously with our FriYAYs and our TikToks, we are very big on education. Number 5, this is the last one. Are they a big corporate? Are they a small boutique? Or are they a freelancer and solopreneur? So asking this question, which I'm assuming you probably already know before you have this meeting, which they are. But each of these has its pros and cons. What really matters is what your working process is and what you're wanting out of the end in the return. Each of these, you know, when you're holding meetings, ask the questions above. So go over, you know, what are the legal aspects. Will I have rights to the work? What are the rights that you get? Will I walk away with the design files? What is the process? Will you be educating me along the way, or is this simply a we don't really contact each other until this is done sort of thing? So everyone obviously has their own fit. So for an example, for walking through these kinds of things for us, we talked about the example of, you know, rights. We talked about for design files, Create Captivate, we believe that they're your files and you should have them, especially for printing purposes. Printers will ask for the original design files or an EPS file, which is in between. I'm not going to get into that today. But moving forward, our process, we always explain our process up front in our initial consults or our meetings to kind of make sure that not only are you aware of how this will go and flow, but also making sure, are you okay with this process? Does this process meet your standard and how you like to communicate and how you like to work? And sometimes we'll adjust that process for individuals if it makes sense to, but you know, that is our personal process. We are big on communication and answering questions. So that's how we roll and that's how we work. And we are a small boutique award-winning marketing agency. So I hope this gives you a little insight as to what to look for and what questions to ask when looking to work with a graphic designer, or really any marketing company. I think these can translate into that. I think, even if you are getting something off Fiverr, maybe messaging them and asking about the design files. Because sometimes once you've ended that transaction, I've seen a few people have a really, really hard time getting in contact with that person again. But let me double check and make sure that there are no questions on this live. Let us see. Alrighty. Well, if you have any questions, as always, please let us know. You can either DM us here or on Instagram, comment below, send us an email, as well as, we are on TikTok these days with lots of small snippets of information, anything from emails to social media, to what it's like being a CEO, owning different companies, having a remote team, and we will start adding in there other people from the team. So you will start to see my face on there probably next month, and you will start to see some of our other Create Captivate faces here in the near future. So our handles are all the same, the Create Captivate, so definitely give us a follow. And stick around for all the other FriYAYs to come. So you will definitely see us every Friday at 12 for our FriYAY on Facebook. And you guys have a wonderful Friday. If you have any questions, again, just let us know.